If you're trying to break into cybersecurity and become a SOC analyst, you probably asked yourself this: should I teach myself, or do I need a degree or a bootcamp? Now, if you are stuck trying to figure out which path is best to become a SOC analyst, this video will break it all down. What works, what doesn't, and how to hopefully get you hired. If this is your first time seeing my video, hello, my name is Steven, and I've been in the cybersecurity industry for about 9 years now, within the security operations domain. On this channel, you'll find various videos about career guidance, lab walkthroughs, and SOC-related projects that you can tackle and put onto your portfolio. A question that I get all the time is, can I become a SOC analyst if I am self-taught, or do I need a degree or bootcamp? Now, the short answer is, it depends. Let's walk through both paths so you can decide on what works best for you. Starting with what self-taught really means. Being self-taught doesn't mean just watching videos all day. It actually means learning on your own, building projects, troubleshooting problems, and figuring things out without a formal instructor. You can utilize platforms like TryHackMe, Blue Team Labs, Cyber Defenders, Microsoft Learn, and even open source sim tools to start getting hands-on practice for free. When I was first starting out, I leaned heavily on the free labs and resources that were out there. But here's the thing, you can't just watch cybersecurity content. You need to practice it. Here are some of the pros of self-taught learning. Number one, it is cost effective. Sites like TryHackMe, Hack the Box, and Cyber Defenders, and tools like Waza and Splunk will give you the hands-on experience without needing to spend too much or anything at all. Now that's if you use the trial license for Splunk. You can learn at your own pace. Now let's be honest, everybody is busy, whether that is with work, school, and or just life in general. With the self-taught option, you can study when it fits your schedule. It builds problem-solving skills. When it comes to the self-taught route, you really don't have anybody to lean against and or ask questions, especially for those who are encountering a troubleshooting problem. But when you do your research and find a solution on your own, you can then talk about it during an interview. And trust me, employers would love that because it does show initiative. But there are challenges too when it comes to self-taught learning. There is no clear roadmap. A lot of beginners get stuck because they don't know what to learn next. There's no mentorship unless you really try and seek it out. Like I mentioned before, if you get stuck, there's no instructor to guide you through that problem. And finally, it can be hard to validate your skills. Depending on how you look at it, it can be quite difficult to validate your theoretical and your practical hands-on experience. For example, with theory, some may just memorize what they learned and the answers. But when it comes down to explaining that topic to a non-technical audience, they might have difficulty doing so. And when it comes to the hands-on experience, I know that some people are guilty looking at the walkthrough answers, copying that without understanding the why or the how. So what does formal training offer? Formal training could be a college degree, a bootcamp, or a structured certification course, just to name a few. Now, some of the examples that a formal training could offer is structured learning. If you learn best when someone lays it out step by step, then formal training does give you that structure. Another thing that formal training might offer is certifications. Many job postings list Security Plus, CISA Plus, or similar certifications as a requirement. Getting certified can help validate your skills, but just know that these are typically not enough to land a role. However, it is a step in the right direction. Networking and access to instructors. Typically with formal training programs, they can connect you with people already working within the industry, which might be a little difficult for some to do on their own. However, formal training isn't perfect. Bootcamps and degree programs can be expensive. Some bootcamps can cost over $5,000 and college tuition can be even more. If you're thinking about enrolling in any of those, just please be careful towards those that offer a guarantee. Some programs focus too much on theory. You might graduate with a degree or certification, but no clue on how to triage an alert or work a SIM. And the pacing is fixed. If you're ahead, you can't always move faster, and if you're behind, the class keeps moving. Whereas with self-taught learning, again, you can study when it fits your schedule. If you're in the process of trying to become a SOC analyst, are you going towards the self-training route or the formal training route, or both? Let me know in the comment section down below because I am curious to know which path you're taking. So what do employers actually care about? This is the part that most people who are new to this don't realize. Employers don't actually care how you learned cybersecurity. Instead, they care whether or not you can actually do the work. When they look at your resume or portfolio, they're likely asking themselves, can this person investigate a real alert? Can they write a clear incident report? And do they understand how attacks work and how to respond? As I mentioned previously, certifications can help, but hands-on experience is what really stands out. The best way to get into cybersecurity as a SOC analyst, in my opinion, is to blend formal training with self-paced practice, or vice versa. Let me give you 2 examples. Example number 1, start with formal, then layer in self-taught practice. You want to begin with an instructor-led course that gives you a solid foundation. Once you've learned the basics, try and obtain the Security Plus certification or whichever entry-level certification is popular in your area. Then move on to hands-on labs using resources like TryHackMe and try to build a home SOC lab on your own. Start investigating real attacks, writing reports, and sharing your work online. With example number 2, start self-taught, then add formal training to validate your knowledge. Use free resources like Microsoft Learn, Cisco Academy, or YouTube to name a few. Tackle hands-on labs and projects while creating a portfolio. When you built up your skills, enroll in a structured course to fill in the gaps. Finally, earn a certification to validate what you've learned and to strengthen your resume. Whichever way you start, both paths will support each other. Formal training gives you that direction, whereas self-taught practice builds on that technical skills. When you combine both, you build knowledge and confidence faster, and it will show employers that you can learn independently while working towards your goals. At the end of the day, both self-taught and formal training paths can work. If you're someone who's disciplined and loves figuring things out on their own, then self-teaching is a great way to start. If you need structure and accountability, then formal training might suit you better. But the truth is, it's not about which path you choose, it's about what you can actually do. That is it for the video, and I hope that you found that informative. If you did, let me know by hitting that like button and subscribe if you want to. Remember to stay curious and do things differently.